Welcome back to our channel, everybody. This week I was doing a bit of DIY beauty, so there was no baking this week, but I was cooking up something else in the kitchen, but it was beauty related. The good thing about this DIY is I was able to pick up most of the products from supermarkets, and the health food shops are still open, so I was able to get my hands on a lot of these supplies and I didn't have to order anything online, which is always a win because I get a bit impatient and I want to just make, but obviously all of the shops are closed right now, so you can pick up some of these supplies when you're just doing your weekly shop. I'm going to get straight into the DIYs. Here is the first one. We are going to make our very own pillow spray. I'm actually going to be recycling an old bottle of pillow spray that I had used it up, but the bottle is a lovely dark glass bottle and it is perfect for this DIY. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clean out any residue and take off the label. You can use some rubbing alcohol on any of this sticky residue and that really helps to remove it. Using a funnel, I am just filling it up with water. As you can see, I had a little spill. It's really important that you use either witch hazel or alcohol in this mixture, or else the essential oils won't mix with the water. So I am adding a tablespoon of witch hazel to my mixture before I add the essential oils. And also just make sure you give your bottle a good shake before you use it, and that helps the essential oils mix with the water and witch hazel. I'm just popping in my essential oils. The one thing I will say from making this recipe is go easy on the cedar wood, as that is quite of a strong woody scent, and if you're not into that and you want it to be more lavender, you can maybe leave that out and add more lavender, and all just depends on your personal preference. But this is a lovely mixture and a nice alternative to expensive pillow sprays. If you are finding it hard to get your hands on some hand sanitizer, then you can use it at home by just using 2 main ingredients and some optional essential oils. We are going to be using some isopropyl alcohol, I can never say that, or rubbing alcohol, and some aloe vera gel. I'm just actually using another old L'Occitane bottle. This is one of the gift size bottles and it's perfect for recycling and reusing for your own DIY beauty products. For hand sanitizer, you're going to want to make sure you have a bottle that is squeezy and that has a lid that you can easily open. I'm doing a 2/3 alcohol to 1/3 aloe vera mixture, and this gives you an approximate 66% alcohol content mixture. You can make this stronger as well. And I just popped in a little bit of tea tree oil, just helps with the scent and the condition of your hands. It's also worth noting that yes, hand sanitizer is helpful, but washing your hands where you can is more important. So I only use this as a short-term fix and make sure I wash my hands as soon as I can. If you are like me and you've been scrubbing your hands may be very dry and scaly, so why not make your very own hand balm? I made my own double boiler, so I just have a pot with water and a glass bowl that sits underneath, and I'm using it to warm up all of my ingredients. So I started by warming up my beeswax, my shea butter, my coconut, and then I added in my sweet almond oil drops. Once all of this mixture had melted into a nice liquid, I then let it cool for 2-3 minutes, and then I added in my essential oils. For this I added in lavender, so I added in 30 or 40 drops of lavender oil, and I also just added in 10 drops of tea tree oil as well, just because it's really good for your skin. I'm also actually using some recycled jars, and the lovely Joanne Larby, she sent me some pesto and jam that she made, and I ate it all, and I'm actually recycling her jars and I'm using them for this project. Once all your essential oils have been mixed in, give it a good stir, and then you can simply pour them into your pots The glass bowl that I have isn't perfect. Ideally, if you have a Pyrex jug that has a spout on it. I actually had one and I broke it and I wasn't able to get one, but I'm just using this funnel and that helps me fill up the jugs without much spillages. Once poured, I allowed these to set overnight. They actually set quite quickly and they're a lovely balmy feel. They may be too heavy for like the likes of your face, but they are perfect for hands and especially your elbows, and it dries in quick enough, but I definitely would recommend this for just your hands and dry areas. You probably have seen me make soap before on this channel. I've made it a few times. I love simple melt and pour DIY soaps. I picked up a soap base from Amazon a couple of weeks ago. I actually got quick delivery on it and I'm using a shea butter base. And I also had these soap molds that I also got on Amazon last year from previous projects. I got a 1 kilo bar of melt and pour soap base and I'm only going to be using half of it today, which is roughly 500 grams, and I chopped it up into cubes. This just helps it melt quicker and I'm just using my same DIY double boiler to melt this down. Once this was all melted, I added in my lavender and lemongrass essential oils and roughly 30 to 40 drops of each for the 500 grams of melted soap. So I love the combination of lavender and lemongrass. I've made these before and it just smells lovely. Once my soaps were set, which takes, I actually popped these in the fridge and this was lunchtime and by dinner time they had all set. I give them a few days before using them though, and they also can sweat a little, but after a few days you can then just use them to wash your hands. I hope you got a bit of value and a bit of inspiration. I do have a couple of points that I just want to share on the topic of DIY beauties. So the first thing is allergies and pets. So any sort of, especially with the pillow spray, not so much the other products, but with the pillow spray, be careful if you have cats. I don't diffuse essential oils in the home as much as I'd love to because they're toxic to cats. I think it's something to do with their liver. Really toxic and it just has to get on their fur. That's why I don't diffuse it. But with the pillow spray, Blondie doesn't get on my pillow, but do just exercise your own caution and make sure not to have it sprayed. If your pet sleeps on your bed, just a bit of caution. And also when it comes to allergies, so I don't have any known allergies to essential oils, but if you were to gift these to somebody, just make sure you mark all of the ingredients on the little label. So if you're giving it as like, these would be cute like birthday presents or like little Christmas gifts, Mother's Day DIY, just do mark what essential oils and what ingredients you have put in, because I know some people may have allergies to sweet almond oil or any of the like oils that are in it. So although they are good, people can still have allergies to them. Also, don't use your spoon and bowl and utensils that you use for your beauty and your soaps and all of that for food, because even though you may have gotten them spotlessly clean, there may still be residue on them and you don't want to ingest. So any like bowls and stuff I keep separate, so pop them in the craft room or put them up super high so that someone isn't going to use them accidentally for food preparation. So keep the bacon and the cosmetic making, that rhymed, separate. And then my last thing is just on hand sanitizer. Obviously washing your hands is way more efficient and important. It's good to have a little bottle of hand sanitizer. I would only really use it if I've gone out and I've done the food shop and I want to disinfect my hands, and I've noticed one or two like places I've been, disinfectant like has been empty. So keeping a little pot in my handbag just to disinfect my hands, but ideally if I can wash my hands, the better. I watched a video and it made total sense and the girl was pretty much saying that soap doesn't necessarily kill the virus, but when you get a lather and you like wash your hands for the 20 seconds or more, you're washing it off your skin. So the soap will take the virus and bacteria and whatever's on your hands and rinse it down the plug hole, and off it goes. So soap doesn't necessarily kill the virus, it rinses it and gets it off your hands. So I know anyone who, like, I hate in winter when that vomiting bug is going around. Oh, like, that's my biggest fear. I think I fear the vomiting bug more than I do the coronavirus. But anyway, hand washing, and that girl was using that exact point and the penny dropped. So washing the hands for 20 seconds or more rinses all of any of the nasties off your hands and down the plug hole. So that's it for this week. Let me know if you have made, there is so many, I was looking on Pinterest, so many beauty DIYs, and there's so much you can do with a bit of beeswax, shea butter or coconut butter. If you have them in your like cupboards, you can make loads. You can make like lip balms and stuff. Let me know if you have created anything. Quarantine creations, I'm sure that's a hashtag. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Cheeky thumbs up, and I'll see you all in the next one.